Hey, this is Josh. We're going to do detailing again here. First things first, what we're going to do is we're going to actually want to take and hose down your wheel, get off any loose dirt. I actually have on here, it's the fire hose nozzle, a quick shut-off valve so that I can turn off right here. And I've actually used it as a quick disconnects for simplicity, so I can disconnect this, put something else on. This case I don't need to use it. I actually have one over here too. That way, usually when I'm done washing the car, I use the flooding method, which I can explain some more time, to rinse down the car. Makes it much easier to dry. So I just, kink the hose, makes the waters off, pull it off, and it's right there to go. Plus it's rubberized, so if I accidentally touch the car, I ain't gonna scratch the car. But there's nothing new really with this video. I just thought I'd explain what's going on here. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna rinse down the wheel. We'll go from there. After you rinse down your wheel, you're going to take your wheel cleaner. In this case, like I said before, we're going to be using Bars Wheel Brightener. What you want to do is just thoroughly get the wheel. I'll spray down the inside of the wheel right now, just for pre-soaking reasons. Even though I'm just going to scrub the outside of the wheel right now, face the wheel, but I'll come back at the inside. This is pre-soak. It is fairly windy out right now, so I apologize if things get distorted. And it's also moving my wheel cleaner out, so it's kind of a little bit annoying. It's probably a nice day to get this done too. I'm using the all-purpose cleaner here on the tires. Let all this dwell out for a little bit, and we'll get scrubbing. First thing I'm going to do here, take my tire brush, came out of my soapy water, and I'm going to scrub down the wheel. Or the tire, I'm sorry. Before I stored these wheels have actually been stored here for now about 2 months. So the dirt's pretty embedded in these tires and wheels. I had gone and picked all the loose debris in the treads, like rocks and stones and stuff that may have picked up on the road. These store wheels, I make sure you get them out because they fall out as you're driving. But if they're being stored, they're not going to fall out. So I'd recommend pulling them out, which I already did. So I'm not going to spend too much time on the tread of the tire. Now that I cleaned the tire up, I'm going to get the face of the wheel here. Start off the very, very face of the wheel, because that's the least dirtiest. You want to start from least dirtiest to most dirtiest, so you don't get the dirt on the brush as much, and it doesn't pick up that dirt put it on the face of the wheel and scratch up the wheel. What you don't want to do. That's all the more work we gotta do later. If you can make less work, all the better for you. Just make sure, it's much easier to clean the wheel off the car, but you don't always, obviously, you don't always have access to take your wheels off the car. This is actually a little easier in your hand sometimes. Sometimes, at least for me, twisting all the brush around and kind of hurts your wrist out a little bit. But this is nice here. Make sure you try to get in here in some of the lug nuts and around in the center part of the face here, and a couple things. I'm gonna come around here one more time. And after all this, take your brush, dip it in the rinse water, put it back in your soap for later. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hose off the wheel, face of the wheel here. And I'm gonna get the tire real good to get all that thinner off the tire. Now, we aren't done with the face of the wheel because I have to do the inner part of the wheel here. Some of that cleaner is going to fall back on the face of this wheel. That's why I got a rag for. I'll come back, touch up those spots that will fall. Get real careful here, especially my wheel kind of sticks out a little bit here. These tires stick out a little bit farther than the rail, so I'm usually careful. I'm usually good. If I'm careful, I don't have to worry about scratching. Otherwise, what I normally do on a wheel the wheel sticks out in front of the tire, I would normally I have some foam mats. I'll put a foam mat down, so I don't have to worry about getting that scratching. So now what I'm going to do, take my cleaner. In this wheel here, there's a lot of debris and dirt, caked in dirt, sitting behind the spokes. I'm going to let the wheel cleaner actually dwell and sit in here for a little while to kind of get some of that out. And I'm also going to try part that attaches to rotors. Kind of I see is a little gross looking. We probably have too much we can do at that, but if we can clean it up a little bit, that'll be really good. So you want to liberally spray your wheel cleaner in here and get this as clean as possible. The cleaner you get this now, the easier it'll be for your polishing steps. While I'm spraying this, kind of what we're going to do first, polishing. I have polishing soap we're going to use. We'll try that out. And that's kind of what it does. It's basically like a soap. So what that's going to do is it's almost like pre-polishing, and it's going to come out and then remove embedded dirt. Similar to a clay ball, we are going to clay ball the wheels, and then we'll do that step. I'll explain it more as we get to it, but basically what we're going to do. Then after that, we're going to polish out the wheels, try to move the swirls and stuff, and some other aspects of that. Remember, we're taking our all-purpose cleaner on the tires. And then after we do all that polishing, then we'll do a fine polish with no abrasives or anything like that. After all that's done, then we'll be up to waxing the wheels, and the wheels will be set for either storage, or when they get back on the car. So let that dwell for a little bit. Remember, again, like we did the first time, we're going to take our tire brush and we're going to scrub down the inside of the tires. Now, I like to put tire dressing on my spur wheels. That's where I clean them up. It kind of keeps, what it does is it helps to eliminate dry rotting of your tires, because it keeps moisture in your tires. Good moisture, that is. Next, we're going to take here our wheel cleaning brush for the face. And let's go in here. We're going to scrub this out as much as we can. This is really nice to do this when the wheels are off the car. Makes this much easier to do. Done this a few more times here. Remember, really the purpose of using a brush, it's not to remove everything. You're not removing the dirt. What you're doing is actually you're agitating the dirt. You're agitating the cleaner into the wheel, to clean up the wheels. What you're really trying to do. Then I'm gonna take this brush again here. I'm gonna dunk it here and get some more soap. And then I'm gonna try to clean it here behind the spokes some. That's coming out nicely. That sat for a little while. Behind the spokes, that stuff you can't clean when it's on the wheel. There's no way you can get that unless you reach your finger around or something like that. Some of that rust is even coming off the inner part of this part here. Maybe it's not rust. I guess it's maybe brake dust, but kind of the same kind of material. A lot of it's probably just picked up some of the rust that comes off your rotors and stuff like that. So I rinsed that out pretty good. So I cleaned it out pretty good. Now I'm going to rinse it off, see what we got. Remember, we'll have to come back. I'll touch up the face of the wheel again here. Because some of that dirt will be trapped on that, or it'll ran down in there. It's coming out real nice. It's nice to see these wheels clean again.